Okay, day 18, we're talking about panning for gold today. Now, originally I was going to talk about filtering and looking for discounts, but really what we're doing is the old school gold rush mentality where we're going to where we think the gold is and we're working hard every day and we're trying to find that big gold nugget. I don't know if you understand what gold panning is, but look it up and you can understand why there were such big gold rushes all around the world in the last couple of centuries and why so many people went to them looking for riches. Now, the modern day gold rush is in property and it's not over. Now, if you are setting up your filters on realestate.co.nz or OneRoof or Trade Me and just keeping an eye on the new listings, what you're going to be doing is if you've got criteria that you've set, maybe it's number of bedrooms, it's suburb, it's land size, what you're going to get probably is when you first set up your filters, you're going to get 500 to 1,000 listings and it's going to be overwhelming. Now, you might want to give up right then thinking this is just too hard. But if you commit yourself to 5 to 10 minutes on each of those listings and you catch yourself back up to current day, then maybe you'll go through a couple of months worth of listings on those certain filters, but then there'll be a hard point where you reach is you understand that market for those filters. And then what you're going to probably get is you're going to get around 50 or so new listings each month, maybe each week, but you're going to have to keep up with them because what you're really looking for is you're looking for a property that's mispriced. Because the way that you can make money in property, the easiest way for basically anyone to be able to do it is to buy a property under value. And if you can buy $1 million property for $950,000, you just made $50,000. So you got to ask yourself every time you're doing anything property related, if I'm trying to make $50,000 from buying really well, how much effort and work should I be putting in to make that $50,000? Because it's not just going to magically happen. But what I can tell you from helping thousands of people with their own mortgages is there's a lot of people that know how to buy properties at good discounts. They have done the work. And if you are not at that stage yet, then you need to do the work. So what is this going to look like? You set up your filters, you crank through the first 500 to 1,000, understand the market. Each month you keep up with the 50, 100 new listings that are coming on board and you start narrowing down your filters. And then what you're probably going to get to is each day or maybe each week, there's 5 new listings in the filters that are important to you. Going back to those filters again, it's number of bedrooms, it's suburb, it's attributes of the property that interest you, and you have to have done the work prior to understand which attributes are going to be valuable. Now, to get this $50,000 to $100,000 discount on purchase, what we're going to probably need to do is put in the grunt work, because those $50,000 to $100,000 discounts are not there every single day in that filter pack that you're looking at. It might take 6 months for that opportunity to come and for you to be the first one to jump on it. So let's do the numbers. If you spent an hour a day, say 8:30 at night to 9:30 at night, you could probably do other things at the same time. But let's just say an hour a day, 5 days a week for 6 months. And this is your education on learning how to filter and find good property deals. Now, how are we going to get this $50,000 discount? Let's say after 6 months, on the 6th month, the final day, we're able to find that property, get it under contract and buy it. And we made on paper $50,000. And it took 6 months over an hour a day, 5 days a week sustained effort. That makes you $400 an hour. So if you're not currently making $400 an hour, it's worth your effort. It's worth your time. And even if you only made $25,000, then it's still $200 an hour. Again, if you're not making $200 an hour, it's a sustained effort that's repeatable and it's a learned habit that you will get easier and better at over time. There's not many ways that most people, especially that don't own their own businesses, can make $50,000 extra in a year with relatively low effort and with good ease. So what you probably need to do to have more chance of success of getting this $50,000 discount on a property purchase is to start spreadsheeting the listings and tracking the sales prices. So what you want to be doing is making an estimate of the property's value based on your analysis in real time, and then tracking back after the sale to see how close you were, and to start like basically stock picking on the property market, but tracking back retrospectively. I know some investors that use virtual assistants to do most of this grunt work for them and to help them identify properties that are like that they should be making offers on. And the sustained effort is a hobby that pays. So if you can bring yourself to enjoy this process of making money, then your hobby, instead of watching Netflix or going bowling or something, you can actually have a lot of fun when you're making money. And this is the modern day gold rush. Property prices 2022, 2023 and beyond, now maybe they'll go down, and it is a buyer's market. So you can be saying, okay, this property is worth 1 million on paper, maybe I'm offering 900,000. And if nobody else is offering seriously, then you actually can you can nab that deal. Now it might take 2 to 5 years before this is realistically worth $1 million again, but you have just got yourself a 10% discount and given yourself every chance to make money through property. If you skip all of this and you just end up buying things as they're listed and you're paying close to the listing price, then it's really hard to build a property portfolio. So that's why we've got to have this mentality of searching for nuggets, and it is a little bit more effort than just buying what you see listed like within a couple of weeks, but the effort is worth it because these discounts are just, the money is so big. So if you got any questions about filtering, looking for properties, let us know in the comments below.